Hello, I'm Alex. Welcome to episode 211 of Millennial Movie Talk. Where do you kick your shoes off? No, you know what, everyone? Relax. Kick your shoes off under your desk. Leave them there. Compile about 12 shoes. Think to yourself, there's too many shoes. As you kick off the 13th and 14th pair. Anyway,
Alex.
thank you for joining us for Millennial Movie Talk. I'm
Confessions
Alex.
with Alex.
Yeah, confessions. I do have more than the appropriate amount of shoes under my desk at the moment. Assorted. And Michael, how many shoes do you have under your desk?
None.
That's the appropriate amount. that's the appropriate amount.
Brayden, what about you? Just so we can average it out a little bit.
I have every pair of shoes that I own within a 2-meter vicinity.
So do I.
Oh, yeah, me
But yours
too.
are within like
Just under.
30 centimeters.
Just under.
Me too, but they're all just like behind me.
Yeah, they're all
under my desk.
Are they neat
actually
and
in,
tidy,
like, the
or are
shoe
they
area.
like together?
Oh no, it's just wherever I kick them off.
Yeah.
Can we get a
They're
shoe
kind
reveal?
of roughly in
Can we
their
get a floor
pairs.
reveal, Michael?
Floor reveal.
No. There's two pairs of things there.
This is
And there's
gotta
some
get
just
riveting.
down there.
Steam cleaner.
This
out
is
for that
perfect
one.
content. This is what
We're
we're
a
known for.
We talk
movie
about
and
movies.
TV show podcast.
We talk about shoes and organization. We're here to talk more about shoes and organization. Because I'm Alex, which I've already said, and have we talked about you yet, Brayden?
No, I'm the one person we haven't mentioned. I am Brayden.
Brayden's got no shoes under his desk as well.
Yes, that's it. Funnily enough, we actually ended up chatting about a bunch of movie stuff, and then we went, we should probably actually record the show. So if we just want to very quickly rattle through some great things. That Ken trailer that Alex just showed us, fantastic. Everyone should go watch it. It's very good for the
I'm
Barbie
getting more
movie.
excited for that movie.
Oh my god, I can't.
Oh, the first reviews came out.
Oh,
of,
really?
Like reactions from the premiere.
Ooh.
Apparently, it's as good as we all think it's going to be.
Oh, thank God. I'm very happy
And
about that.
apparently, Ryan Gosling outshines Margot Robbie.
Oh.
And like people
That I need to see.
people were kind of just like, he could snag Best Supporting Actor nom here.
Wow, that's cool. Because
So-
you'd think like, oh yeah, Barbie's character arc is going to be the main thing of this movie, but if Ken's character arc is
Sorry.
Alex has his hand up.
Like, we love our co-host Chris,
Yes.
but Michael, I'm not sure if you just saw this pop up in your corner of your screen, but it's just said that he's started playing Hearts of Iron. If you've noticed, Chris isn't here tonight.
Yep.
And we were
Well,
told.
I mean, in Chris's defense, we were meant to be recording like 50 minutes ago.
I could write. We just started. If you want.
We just started. Jump on.
Wait, do I? Does he?
I mean, he can. I doubt he'll even see the message.
No, I'll message him on Steam. It pops up. I
To
talk to
be
him
fair,
through
no,
Steam chat more than any other chat.
The only thing
go
I
on.
can say in anyone's defense when they open up Hearts of Iron is I feel like most people literally open it up and then walk away and just let it do its thing because it's such a slow fucking game.
That is fair. That is very fair. So everyone's excited for the Barbie movie. Alex also showed us there was that one big photo that came out of Deadpool 3 with Hugh in the wonderful yellow and blue.
It's the only photo we looked at. We didn't look at
It's
anyone.
definitely the only photo we
Didn't
looked
look at
at.
any other
Disney.
photos.
Didn't look at any other photos.
No. We looked at no photos from red carpets. We looked at
Yes. No, nothing like that.
no.
Um
Please do a leaper.
No idea.
Deadpool 3 like
The Revenge of Dua Lipa.
I was I want Dua Lipa in Deadpool 3 now.
Hey, Dua Lipa and everything.
Just from seeing a behind the scenes photo that wasn't just the one big photo that was going around showing Hugh in the actual Wolverine suit. Like I'm so on board for this movie because like the meta humor of it looks like it's on point already, and that's just from a behind the scenes photo. So I'm very on board for that, and I hope that's going well.
See, I've clicked this
Absolutely crazy.
thinking, the
That
thing
it would
come up.
actually appear on the screen.
Yeah.
But
Nothing ever goes so
there he
smoothly
is.
for us.
Look at him.
Oofed.
And the yellow and blue.
I like the new
good.
Deadpool suit too.
Yeah, there are little changes. Hey, I
just a
I
bit
What
more
have
quite
they
like it.
red.
changed?
It's a bit
It's
more
very
vibrant.
red,
Hmm.
which is good.
Oh, it used to be a
because-
lot darker. Hey.
Yeah, it used to look
Yeah.
more leathery too.
Yeah, it was going for
True.
that like leathery, realistic, edgy look.
Yeah.
Now it just looks like a super hit. Looks like a comic book.
Yeah, which is fun because I feel like that's kind of what they're playing into even more. Which is that's fun. I like that. Is there anything else that we've been watching before we get into what I assume will be the majority of this episode?
I have a bunch of like random little things to run off because
Oh,
I
Hit
was
us,
let's
sick
go.
Michael.
last week. So I rounded off watching the original 3 indie movies the other night. So number 3, a lot of fun. I feel like we've talked about it a fair bit.
What
Oh,
about number 2?
Indiana Jones. You said indie movies, and I was like, what indie movies?
What about Temple of Doom?
That's also a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah. Well, some would say
I
more
quite
fun.
like the original 3.
Yeah.
I did read Gabe's review of the Crystal Skull recently.
Don't.
and,
I read that and he wrote, might be better than Temple, and I went, might be wrong about that one, Gabe.
What else? For some reason, me and Gemma watched The Greatest Showman the other night. I just really wanted to watch The Greatest
Sorry,
Showman.
guys. I just realized I hadn't done something. There we
This
go.
is the greatest show.
It was
It's pretty.
the greatest
You
show.
know, it's one of those ones where like if I'm rating it as a movie, it's like fine, but if I'm rating it out of enjoyment, it's like fine.
Also, just like one of those movies that could just be on TV at any point in time. Like,
Oh yeah.
like it's just on, and you're just like, "Yep, cool. I'll have this in the background." Just put
It's
it on.
practically just me singing under my breath the whole time, and that's
This is
about
the
it.
greatest show.
What else did I watch?
Zac Efron's in it.
The other main thing from I watched Kung Fu Panda 3 the other night.
Okay,
The
now
first
why number
time?
3?
How is it?
Well, me and Gemma had watched 1 and 2, and we sort of realized that we hadn't watched 3.
Because
so
1
we
and 2 are excellent. 1 and 2 are like,
Yeah.
especially number
I've
2.
only
2
ever seen 1 and 2.
1 and 2 are really great movies, and I think 3's still good, but it's not on the same level.
It's not. It's definitely not on the same level,
But it's good.
but it's still very good. And it's been a while since we watched 1 and 2, so we sort of watched them really close, and then they've just completely forgotten about 3 and 2.
I think
the
number-
other night.
I think number 2's up there with DreamWorks' best movies.
Oh yeah, it's
Who plays
I
the
do remember
crane?
number
Someone
2 being
plays the crane.
fantastic.
Who plays the bad guy? Not the crane. Is he a crane? What is he? He's like a bird.
That's the peacock, isn't it?
Peacock. Who plays him? Someone plays him.
I can't remember, but the
Of course
thing
someone plays
that I love, and I can't remember if they do it in all the others, but I feel like they do, is when they go to when they're doing like flashbacks and they go to like the full like Chinese old art style. It just looks so sick.
Gary Oldman
so-
plays the peacock.
That's right.
What a casting.
But
Who's
that
Ian
yeah, it's just
McShane
it's such a cool like thing like to weave in with like their normal animation. So it's
Tai
just,
Lung.
that
I
always
have
that
I
always
have
makes
never
it
seen
fun.
a third film in a DreamWorks trilogy.
Oh, you gotta
Really?
watch How to Train Your Dragon 3.
I haven't watched How to Train Your Dragon
Oh.
3. I haven't watched Kung Fu Panda 3, and I haven't watched Shrek 3.
Oh, watch Shrek 3. It's a fever trip. It's
or
seriously
Madagascar 3.
Madagascar 3 is
Wow.
great. Brayden, Shrek 3, it's not good, but it's a fever dream.
Right.
Oh yeah.
John Krasinski's
I-
in it.
I don't remember a thing about 3 except for it's
They go to capture Justin Timberlake, who is hear me out, who plays
damn it.
King Arthur and is the nephew of the king and queen and is Fiona's cousin, but Fiona and Shrek don't want to be king and queen or far away, and so
Oh.
he's next in line, but they have to go get him from boarding school. Antics ensue.
Oh, is there
Antics
going to be a
ensue.
Kung Fu Panda 4?
Yeah, there is.
apparently yeah.
Oh.
They announced it, and they said that the villain will have the capability to, like, take shape of previous villains.
Ooh,
So
fun.
we'll be seeing,
Oh, does that mean a chameleon?
yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh, I hope so.
So I'm very excited
Oh,
about that.
speaking of chameleon, very quick tangent. Now that the art book for Across the Spider-Verse is out, a bunch of the artists are finally getting to share some of their more like spoilery / like things that didn't make the movie.
Are they talking about how they didn't get paid? Or
There's a
how
bunch
that
of rough
overwork?
stuff with that. But there is some awesome concept art out there for characters that didn't make the cut. One of which, Man Spider, was going to be the cafeteria worker, because he's a spider who is the size of a man, so he's got all these big arms, and he was going to be working the cafeteria. And then there was going to be the bar with no name, and they were going to have a bunch of different villains cameo in there, but that scene got cut eventually. But yeah, there's some very
Damn.
cool concept art out there for a bunch of characters that didn't make the film. Very cool.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The one other thing that I watched quite a few weeks ago, but forgot to bring up
come on,
until
mate.
after the episode, was the newest Grand Tour special, Euro Crash.
Ooh.
They crash?
As per usual, the three of them just get up to a bunch of antics. But the episode starts out with them like trying to plan where they could do a road trip, and it's like, no, we can't go to that country. No, we're banned from that country, and they're just rattling it off, and just like you've really pissed off quite a few people. It's also probably because of BBC and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
actual wars and stuff as well.
but yeah, so the
wars.
whole point, the point of this one is they set out in a bunch of impractical cars for a drive through Europe.
Okay.
And as per James's nickname, Captain Slow, he gets one that can't even get up to speed on the highway. And
Oh, incredible.
Jeremy's in some like extremely long thing. What did Richard have? What the fuck did he have?
I
Oh,
feel
come
like
on,
getting
man,
around
language.
Europe in like a Hummer would be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, they did the Scottish special, the one it's called Lockdown, spelled LOCH, which they obviously filmed right as lockdowns happened.
Yeah.
They're doing a road trip across Scotland, and Hammond gets a monster truck, and then they try and drive through the streets of Edinburgh.
Oh my god.
And yeah, or maybe no. Oh, he had a monster truck in one of them. He
Yeah.
tried to drive through the really tight streets. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So
Incredible.
no, it does not work.
Incredible. Love it.
But-
those old timey streets were not meant for
But
monster trucks.
this one was pretty. This one was pretty. I think now that they've gone to the just sort of away from their normal show structure to just doing specials, which obviously take a lot longer, but
Mm.
they were always my favorite part of Top Gear, were the specials. So
Yeah, they were always the thing that people remember from Top Gear.
oh yeah,
Alex
yeah,
is
that's
grooving.
about it. That's about it for me. I just
Thinking about
a
Dua
bunch of
Lipa.
random stuff.
I think he's got Dua Lipa on the main.
We
We should probably talk about the elephant driving a motorcycle off a cliff and parachuting.
you got to recap the ones you've seen.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Brayden.
Yeah,
Which
Brayden.
ones
Last
have you
week-
seen?
Okay, I haven't watched all of them.
Because
but
you
let
told
get-
me
let
that you'd watch the other two straight away.
I know, and then you know what happened?
He didn't
I-
do it.
I was Mission Impossible burnt out. I
No,
needed
you
a
weren't.
break.
Nah, you haven't watched the best ones.
I know. That's why I needed a break. I am going to watch them by the time we have the next week's episode. So
Heard that
apparently, I
before.
will be watching the best one,
Heard that before.
which Alex
Was that a
raves
quote
about.
from him from last week, Choppy?
But I finally watched most of the Mission Impossibles, and we went and saw the new one. But just some quick thoughts. Mission Impossible 1, we
Read
talked
out
about
your
last
notes.
week. It's very good. Do you want to get to the notes?
Yeah, read out your notes.
Oh my god, my notes are unhinged. I wrote notes as though they were live tweets because I couldn't help
Threads.
but write as though I was cracking bad jokes. So Mission Impossible 1 we talked about last week holds up really well. The ending kind of falls flat a little bit, but I mean, incredible stuff in there. Great jumping on point. Mission Impossible 2. My notes range from what the fuck is this? The Hulk? Oh my god, those 2000s plastic wraparound sports sunglasses. You know those sunglasses that like everyone had in the 2000s where they were like black plastic and black rubber,
Mhm.
and they kind of looked like they were trying to be from the Matrix, but like they were also going windsurfing. Yeah, those things were bad.
They always look like
this-
the tanning bed things. You put on
yeah,
there.
yeah, like tanning bed glasses. That terrible CGI title card sequence rips ass. It's so bad. And this hairstyle is not it on Tom Cruise. That was another note I had. Jesus Christ, that is the most gratuitous cleavage. Yikes. This is all for Mission Impossible 2, by the way. Anthony fucking Hopkins. And then I hope he got paid a fuckload of money to say that shit mission difficult line. That is one of the worst lines I have ever heard in my life. This isn't mission difficult. It's mission impossible. It's kind of what it felt like. This film could be 20 minutes shorter if they played half the footage at full speed. Because it's a John Woo movie. There's so much slow-mo in Mission Impossible 2.
You know, it was originally meant to be 3 hours, 3.5.
Oh, Jesus. I'm glad it's not. Was the whole film in slow-mo at that point?
Probably.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, this film is really horny and, like, it's not good. And then there's a solid, like, I'm not going to keep talking about Mission Impossible 2 because I took so many notes. It's ridiculous. You can tell John Woo directed this movie by the fact that Ethan Hunt just pulled out a second pistol to dual wield the Kimbo. At the end, at the start of the film, in the opening credits, a certain name pops up under the composer, which is Hans Zimmer. To which I would say, certainly not Hans Zimmer's best work. In fact, it's quite bad. And then the credits have a Metallica song.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over the shop.
But it's set in Australia.
It is. It's yep. It
Kids,
tries.
kids throwing a soccer ball at the end.
Oh
They're
my
throwing a
God,
soccer ball.
The kids throwing the footy. They've got a footy. They've actually got a prop for an Australian rules football.
They're throwing it.
And they're throwing it around at each other. It's so funny, like it's a basketball.
Not handballing.
No, not at all. They're just throwing it. It's so
Could you imagine
funny.
some Aussie extras just standing in the back, really wanting just to show them how to handball it?
Yeah. Also, I doubt that park that's next to the Sydney Opera House is ever that busy. Oh my God, it's the most packed scene I've ever seen in my life.
I guarantee they filmed like none of the film in actually Australia.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, no.
It was rough. Holy fuck, that motorcycle joust was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's really, really bad. And then, in comparison, Mission Impossible 3 started off with, whoa, what a strong opening scene.
Oh, the opening scene to Mission Impossible 3 with Philip Seymour Hoffman just yelling at you.
Oh my God, Philip Seymour Hoffman is so good in Mission Impossible 3. It was ridiculous. One of my notes here is using Super Spy lip reading is very funny. Just, why is he so good at lip reading?
He does it again in Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, I know, he does it heaps. It's great. Ving Rhames operating 4 LMGs remotely with rollerball mice is hilarious and badass. Yes, that is a lot of JJ lens flare. Holy fuck, that internal brain explosion was fucking horrifying. Yuck. That was the most non-violent but also most violent thing I've ever seen. Holy shit. When her brain just explodes on the inside and her eyes all fucked up. It's horrible. When they go to that's the opening credits. Yes.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Also, I took a stupid note in here. Philip Seymour Hoffman at this age looks like that dude from Breaking Bad.
Oh, Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman looks. Are they related or anything?
I don't think so.
With the mission briefing through the Kodak. I think when Pitbull rhymed Kodak with Kodak, it was because of the plot briefing in this film. The masks were great fun. The heist scenes were great. The action's great. Mission Impossible 3, just really good.
What about
Billy Crudup's great.
What about the original song by Kanye West?
Was there? Wait,
in the credits, there's an original song by Kanye West.
Was it? Oh
Yeah.
my God, I did not recognize. But yeah, I thought Mission Impossible 3 was really strong. Simon Pegg steals the show immediately. Lawrence Fishburne, one of my notes in here. Where is it? Lawrence Fishburne ate that scene up. Whoever was writing all of Lawrence Fishburne's scenes crushed it, and Lawrence Fishburne crushed it. So good in that movie. Also, them getting married. My note, them getting married in the hospital. My note, as it's written out, says, "Okay, the toe rings are hilarious. Oh, they fucking in the hospital storage closet," which I thought was a pretty wild twist. But yeah, basically, the rest of that, the notes for that movie are, man, this movie's really good. This movie's great. And happy ending. We love a happy ending.
Boom, boom.
Then Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. We get again another similar note. What a fun opening scene. That was great. Simon Pegg still in the show in this one immediately. The Kremlin heist was great. And the bombing at the end was a bit crazy, but Alex said at the time it looked great. Yeah, the end of that scene was kind of a letdown because the rest of that scene was so strong with the like hallway sequence and everything. It was really good. Sorry, I have one of these notes. When Tom Cruise is trying to quickly describe what the guy looked like, and he grabs a pen, and then he does the drawing on the hand of the guy. It's so stupid. And then he said the title of the movie. And then the double handoff scene in Dubai. That entire sequence, absolutely nuts. Very good. The building climbing is obviously great. But how tense it was during that double handoff when you don't know if they're going to get away with this or anything. Oh no, Alex has found the horrible shot. Oh no. Podcast listeners, head over to the YouTube if you want to see something gross. If you haven't seen Mission, you haven't seen Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, she
gone.
Oh,
She's super
where's
gone.
the eye?
And then this shot with the eye is.
Oh,
It's horrid.
It's because it's like, it's not like
It's
gory.
not visceral. Yeah.
It's just
It's so quick. It's horrible. Yeah, that double handoff scene in Dubai is incredible. Really well done. Loved that. I was so tense. And then, the goggles being used for the sandstorm, very smart. And then I have the note, Jeremy Renner's character being used to be the reason for Ethan being where he is for this film is pretty good. And then at the end, I stopped taking notes and was just watching the movie. Oops. Also, film totally had me with the Renner thing I wrote earlier. Very twisty, fun reveal at the end. So it's fun that there's other stuff there that doesn't get explained, but is like, oh, what happened there? They're just protecting her. It's great. And then yes, I haven't watched Rogue Nation yet, and I haven't watched Fallout yet, but we went on Saturday, sat in the D-box seats, shook around like mad, and we went and saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It's a long title. Trying to remember that title.
It's a long movie.
Was a long movie. Alex, do you want to get into this one a little bit, because I've just been yammering on about the entire franchise.
Yeah, so rude. So basically, if you don't know, there's only one thing I love more than the Mission Impossible movies, and that's Tom Cruise. And big fan of both Tom and all of his movies, but mainly the Mission Impossible ones, just because they're special. Especially the later ones where it just becomes what he can do.
Yeah, it's just a very passionate stunt fest.
How far can he push it without killing himself?
I think Fallout is still the best one to watch for stunt wise. Obviously, this one had the stunt that we've all seen 100 times now, because it's the one they want us to see. That's him driving off.
They've shared it everywhere.
Yep, that's him driving off the mountain and parachuting off a bike, which is incredible in the movie itself. They somehow made it. It was interesting because something that we've seen so many times, it was still felt like the first time watching it. In the theater,
even them sharing around the behind the scenes clip recently of the day when they were shooting that, which ends with the great line from that person who said, Tom Cruise just drove a motorcycle off a cliff today 6 times, and then the clip ends, and it just makes me laugh every time.
That was day 1 of shooting.
Yeah, which is nuts.
It's like other things. They build a train in this movie.
Yeah,
they
and
build a
have a whole
train.
like Uncharted 2 sequence. It's
Yeah,
great.
they built a working train.
Um,
Because
but
I
yeah,
like
it's great with that scene where he drives off the cliff because there's so much more to that scene
also
than
in the
what was
trailers.
shown.
Nothing we'll say hasn't been in the trailers, and that's also a featurette they released about it.
Yeah. But yeah,
Um,
there's shots afterwards like of parachuting that are great.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
the
everything's
film's
done by
fantastic.
himself. There's really exciting car chases. There's a really intense sequence in an airport. There's
Oh, the airport sequence was great.
there's just so many different sequences in this movie that make it a fantastic Mission Impossible movie. It's my second favorite one, which is well done. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Nothing's ever gonna beat Fallout. I think Fallout's probably the best action movie I've ever seen.
We were having that chat before you jumped on Braden, and Choppy was like, "That's probably one of the movies that I'm like glad that
Yeah.
I saw in the theaters."
Yeah.
It's like Fallout is like, yeah, I'm very happy I got to see that in the
I
theater.
definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
It was such an experience seeing that.
I think
as
that one
well.
just works so well. Like Cavill is casted
The
perfectly.
the thing that sits in my brain constantly is the
Oh.
double fist cock.
Oh, he reloads his arms.
So good.
Yeah, that he's perfect, and it's also the film that killed Justice League.
True.
So many things about it's fantastic. But we're not here talking about Fallout. We'll talk about it next week. This one I really loved because I don't want to get too much into it, but I really
Yeah,
loved.
I'm not sure how much of the storyline is out.
Maybe the
there.
stunts.
Yeah, they've kind of just pushed the stunts a bit more than the actual
But
plot. Because I thought
he's
the plot was
fantastic.
actually quite good.
Yeah.
Please no, I really want to see this.
Tom Cruise is fantastic. All the returning characters are fantastic. So, your Rebecca Ferguson, your Simon Pegg, your Ving Rhames. Who am I missing? A few
I
others.
love getting to see Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg work across from each other.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
know if
happens
they've
a
done
lot
that
more.
in the past ones, but
Oh, yeah.
especially with the plot of this one, they're very integral to it. So
Well,
cool.
they're basically from 5 onwards. They're the team, and they're
Good.
like
Cool.
they have the same kind of interactions and feel in all the other ones. So like
perfect.
Rogue and Fallout. Especially Simon Pegg. There's a great chase scene in Fallout where Simon Pegg's kind of telling Tom Cruise where to go,
Ooh.
and yeah, fantastic. Anyway, Dead Reckoning Part 1. So the stunts are great, the action's great, the story's great. New characters being Hayley Atwell as Grace is probably the standout of the film in terms of what's
she's
new.
fantastic.
She's awesome and she's a great addition to the movie. Pom Clementif, how do you say her last name? I don't know. Mantis from Guardian's Story is in it, and
That's who that was.
and she's absolutely awesome in it.
Oh,
Is that what
yeah,
spurred you
she
to
was
watch
good.
Guardians 3, Choppy?
Nah, it just came out to rent and buy on
Watch.
Apple and Prime.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to watch it again, which is fantastic. Guardians 3 is great. But yeah, she plays a really cool like second in charge villain. The villain itself is layered, so there's kind of two separate things to talk about when we talk about the villain. There's the villain itself, and then there's the face of the villain. I thought both were really good. I'm excited to see more of the actual actor of the villain. It's hard to explain, but what they do going forth in the second one, because it definitely feels like a lot of this one sets up what's happening in the second one for their character.
It builds up a lot.
Yeah.
And then the main thing I'm hoping we get to see in the second one is some of the interaction between the villains.
Yeah.
Like the face and the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I am very curious as to what that dynamic is.
Vanessa Kirby also returning, White Widow. She's fantastic. Only probably the most gorgeous woman in the world.
I'm very happy to hear that she's in one of the other ones.
Yeah, she's in Fallout.
Okay, good. She was great.
Yeah. So she's awesome.
That entire club sequence as well, very good.
Yep. Oh God. Without spoiling, I just really...
without spoiling it, it's really tough because there's so much to talk about.
I just like I said, I really enjoyed the story, the stunts service the story. There's a car chase in Venice, which we've already had a movie do a car chase in Venice this year, and it looked like shit. That was Fast and Furious 10. And this one looked amazing because it was mostly practical, and Tom does his own driving because we love him.
Yeah.
And they added a pretty a nice little comedic element to it, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we spoke about this as we were leaving the cinema, and you spoke about this quite well when like an action scene gets really long in the tooth, and like some films it can just really drag, and like you're like, okay, I'm over this now. But this film does a really good job of like kind of segmenting them into their own sections.
Fallout does it really well, and so that Michael can understand it. In Fallout, there is a car chase that turns into a motorbike chase, then turns back into a car chase, and it same thing with this one. It's like
having
they
those
break up the
sections
action
really
scene.
works.
Like you have like a big long car chase, a minute of quick plot, and then back into like another car chase. So it's really they
Doesn't
do
he
it
also
really
go
well.
for a little run in it as well?
Yeah.
In that sequence, yeah. You get a bit of everything.
But yeah, and then
it's even that's like the simplicity of switching vehicles and just seeing them do something slightly different within the same sequence, which obviously helps extend.
Whereas in Dead Reckoning Part 1, they use comedy in a great way. And the dynamic between Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell's characters are great.
Yeah. Also, I'm starting to see that Tom Cruise is kind of creating his own little Adam Sandler verse of characters, because there was definitely a few actors from Top Gun Maverick that show their face up in here. Being one of them a CIA agent, and then the other one, one of them being like the head of a CIA organization. He was also the right-hand guy to John Hamm in Top Gun Maverick, if you remember him. He was always the one standing with John Hamm, but kind of the one that was supporting it a bit. I think his name was Charles Parnell. And then the second one,
familiar.
Throughout the movie, there's two law enforcement people kind of on the trail. One of them played by Shea Wiggum, and then the other one being Coyote from Top Gun Maverick. So, we're building a little Top Gun universe, and I'm all here for it. I'm all here for an MI Top Gun universe.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
But
I'm
yeah,
excited
there's
for Miles Teller in the sequel.
Please.
Oh my god, it'd be
but
so good.
there's just like so many great parts of the film. Like I said, the train sequence, the airport sequence. My heart was in my stomach for the last 30-50 minutes of the film. Act 3 is going to be almost an hour long. So I am.
I also just thought back to the opening scene, which is
a literal
cold open.
A literal cold open.
Yeah, very cold open. One would say it's quite chilly. But really good job with raising the tension and then presenting you with something that you think is how it works, and then the film later on explaining that that's not at all what you were thinking. Very clever. I very much enjoyed that.
Super keen to see it continue in part 2.
Yeah, I'm very excited for part 2. I'm very keen to see where they go with it. I'm very interested to see where some of these characters end up in the second one.
We've had
there's some interesting places.
We've had like 3 part 1 movies this year.
Have we?
Fast X technically is a part 1 now.
Technically, yeah.
Spider-Verse. And now,
now
this.
Man, what a year of cliffhangers!
I know.
Man, I can't wait for Barbie to end on a massive cliffhanger.
Oppenheimer's gonna end just before they click that button.
Again, good old Oppenheimer too.
God damn.
But yeah, no, I can't wait to see this again. It was awesome. D-Bok was surprisingly very handable. Like, it worked well with this.
I was wondering that because obviously we said when we...
It wasn't as bad as Indy, the opening of Indy.
That first 10 minutes of Indy was very like... Because there was just so many different things going on. Every other time is knowing like, all right, there's a fight sequence, but like it's going with the image. But there's like so many like guns and explosions and motorbike. It's just...
Do you know when it was the best, Brayden? In the fucking jump.
Oh, yes, it did a great thing.
It was the best in the jump. Because you feel the traction of the ground, and then he goes off, and then it's just nothing.
It's nothing, and something. So my grandpa and my uncle went to go see it on Sunday
in D-Bok,
and they went in D-Bok seats as well. Something they noticed, which I don't think we even noticed, the chairs actually very slightly lean forward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they very slightly like start to make you feel this like sensation of kind of falling a little bit.
I know they sway. I've noticed them starting to sway side to side now.
Yeah, I really enjoy the swaying. I like just being rocked to sleep.
The
you know?
whole train sequence, like you feel like you're on the terrain.
Yeah. But not like the start of Indie when you're on the train when the entire thing is just like.
But yeah, can't wait to see it again. Very excited.
Yes, very
4.5
very
out
excited
of
for
5.
the sequel.
Favorite movie of the year so far.
Yeah, I think I also did I even rate it?
Yeah, you get 4.5 out of 5 too.
Yeah, I thought I gave it a 4.5. But yeah, very very good. I'm also very excited to watch Rogue Nation and Fallout.
Yes, please
So
do.
I'm very excited to watch Fallout.
should.
Fallout's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm very excited
I
to
back
see
that.
the one and only Henry Cavill.
I watched Fallout again, and it was like Fallout's 2.5 hours, and I like this is not a negative to Rogue Nation, but watching Fallout and Rogue Nation back to back, you realize how well paced Fallout is.
Oh, that thing.
Rogue
goes
Nation, I
so-
find this is how I compare them. Rogue Nation's like, here's the plot, here's what we're doing. We really want you to understand what we're doing, right? Fallout goes, this is what's happening. We're gonna tell you exactly what you should know. If you can't keep up, you're done. No, if you can't keep up, who cares? Tom Cruise is flying a helicopter and chasing Henry Cavill.
They chug through Fallout.
They're just like there's like, you don't understand what's going on. Bang! Here's another action set piece.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I am going to propose a new little segment for the show. If that sounds all right with you guys.
I'm scared. Can we put it to a vote?
Yeah, I'm scared too.
I want just 5 minutes in the corner. And what I'm talking about, 5 minutes in the corner is what I want is 5 minutes that we get to talk about. No, not Chris's corner.
Chris's corner.
5 minutes where we get to talk about wrestling. I want a 5-minute segment every week where we get to talk about wrestling.
I watched Raw today, so I know what's currently up to date with Raw.
I've seen a lot of highlight clips, and I'll get to that in a sec. We can talk about modern wrestling in a sec.
I watched the full shows.
I've
crazy.
been absolutely flying through watching a 20-episode documentary series on binge, which is Monday Night War, which is about the fight for ratings and supremacy in the wrestling between WWF and WCW, as well as ECW in there as well.
You see,
so I basically told you
that I binge watched through was the one where they try and get like items, like the items from iconic fights and stuff to put in the archives. That's just a bit of fun.
I just watched the shows, guys. I just watched the actual. I watched
clearly not a loser.
Well, I wanted to go back to like the wrestling era that I knew.
Trust me,
I've been the series.
I've been rewatching old pay-per-views.
Brayden, what wrestling era did you know? You're going back way too far.
Yeah, you're going back. WCW's old school.
Yeah, so the wrestling that I grew up watching, because my cousin is like 4 or 5 years older than me, so he was into wrestling before me, and he introduced me to wrestling, and he had all these DVDs and VHSs of all this stuff.
That'd be Mick Foley. Stone Cold,
so it's
Austin.
all that late 90s stuff, which was all the Monday Night War stuff.
Undertaker.
And so watching all of this stuff, and each documentary episode focuses on a different either group, character, or event. So one of them is just about ECW, which is where I learned that Paul Heyman was the person who led ECW, which was a wild reveal for me. I didn't even notice that.
Brock Lesnar's guy. Well, now Roman Reigns' guy.
Yes, which is great. And then the episode of Mick Foley is fucking great. I'm about to watch an episode on Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's an episode on D-Generation X, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Jake the Snake Roberts? Is there one of Jake the Snake Roberts?
He's way earlier. He is earlier,
yeah.
But when WCW introduced NWO, New World Order, I'm learning about all this stuff, and it's really, really fun going back to that era. Once I'm done with that series, I'm then going to watch a quick YouTube video brief. By quick, I mean it's like 3 hours. But there's a video on there which is just the history of WWE. I'm going to watch that, get up to date, and then
I haven't watched like that per se, but there was a video that came up, I don't know, a while ago, and it like tried to speed run practically that, and it is such a clusterfuck of like so many things that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it'll be ridiculous, but I'm very
Well,
excited
guys.
to watch it. I'm totally in.
Hit us with the up-to-date stuff, Choppy.
So
What's up?
Saturday, we had Friday Night SmackDown. We're in Australia. We're a day behind each one. So we had SmackDown on Saturday, where it was the first SmackDown since Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
So it was the
And what
trial.
happened at Money in the Bank?
Huh?
And what happened at Money in the Bank?
Roman was pinned.
Roman was pinned.
So we had the trial of Roman Reigns on SmackDown.
Yes, I did see this clip.
I saw clips of it, but not like the full thing.
So basically,
I
what
watched the whole
happened
thing,
in the
yeah.
trial of Roman Reigns. I'm only going to go through the important stuff.
Yeah.
So the trial of Roman started with Jimmy and Jay in the ring calling Roman out to start the trial. Then they brought an Exhibit A package that showed them all the times Roman's like been a dick to them. And so that was great. And then it ended with Roman and Solo absolutely beating the life out of Jimmy, basically holding Jay in the ropes to watch them absolutely destroy Jimmy. And then the S segment ends with Jimmy being taken off in an ambulance. With a bunch
I
of
did see that he got injured.
with a bunch of different stars in the background. He got injured.
I did see the moment, the clip which showed the moment just before they start beating on him. When it looks like Roman is bowing down.
Dude, Roman is so funny. He got a single tear out.
Yeah, he got a solid tear out.
Yeah.
It looked great.
He got a tear out, and then he low blows Jay. And
very good fun.
And then we have the rest of SmackDown happen. Not a lot happened. Austin Theory beat someone to keep his title. Basically, don't remember too much about what else happened. Couldn't have been that important. LA Knight wasn't on it, so that was a bit of a bust.
So it's just like, I don't
They
care.
put LA Knight in the pre-show. Why would you do that?
Bullshit.
So, cuts to the end of the show. Well, there's a promo there when Jay goes to Paul Heyman. He's like, you better tell him to be in that fucking ring because I've got shit to say. This is not over. So the show ends with Jay, with Roman and Paul Heyman standing in the Roman and Solo with Paul Heyman standing in the ring, being like, "What the hell's going on? He's caught us out here." Jay emerges from the crowd, starts beating on them. They run out of the ring, and Jay's sitting there like, he basically challenges Roman to a match so he can beat his ass again. So we're gonna get Jay v Roman at SummerSlam. They injured Jimmy just to get him, to make it Jay being the one he fights 1-on-1 at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a bit of fun. Now we have Monday Night Raw, which was today, and the show opens with who was in the ring? It was I think it was Judgment Day in the ring, and we have to deal.
There was a lot of Judgment Day highlight clips.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I was seeing a lot of stuff about.
It was a very Judgment Day heavy episode because we've had Damian Priest win Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
And then
Senior Money in the Bank.
Senior Money in the Bank, and then obviously, from Finn's perspective, he looked like he was going to cash in when Seth was down, and cause Finn to lose focus and lose that match. So there's a bit of beef there, but it starts with Finn in the ring, and he starts to kind of almost badmouth Damian, but then Rhea and Dom come out and are like, "Hey, calm down, man." Like, they do the thing where they take the mic away, and she starts talking to him, and we can't hear anything. Then she's like, "This is Judgment Day business. We don't air this out here," and they all kind of calm down and go backstage. No, sorry. Before that, my king. Because they're setting up a fight tonight. The main event tonight was meant to be Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Seth frickin' Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship.
So that's what I've seen all the highlights from.
Dom and Rhea and Dom are in the ring. And then Seth comes out with a microphone, half eating buffalo wings. And I was like, this guy's the best.
So good. Such a good heel.
Yeah. Oh, he's not even a heel anymore. He's everyone he's a baby face now. He's like, he's meant to be a heel, but we all love him too much.
Everyone
I gotta
loves him,
say, like, just from like watching clips and stuff, it's just like, man, Rhea Ripley deserves so much better than being tied to.
No, it's fantastic.
Dom.
She's amazing. This is amazing.
She's great and she's killing it.
But
like,
so is Dom. You don't understand how hard
I know,
it is.
but Dom,
everyone
like,
hates
he's
him.
doing a good job of being.
And that's what they need.
Have you watched when he tries to talk in the ring?
Yeah,
They
don't let him speak.
They don't let him speak.
Oh
It's
man,
great.
so
Like
funny.
Rhea, like I've seen a few clips, and Rhea literally has to like grab the mic and tell people to shut up
Yeah.
just so he can
Yeah.
speak.
It's
She's
so
great.
good. He's the most hated person in WWE, and they've really done a good job with Dom because he was nothing before any of this.
Yeah.
So anyway, so basically Seth comes out, blah 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 blah. They will go back. There's some matches throughout the night. Alpha Academy, someone to watch out for. Otis and Chad Gable. Everyone loves them now. Something was missing with them. Chad Gable's excellent. He's the one that goes, "Thank you."
All I know is
he's
his like the
I hadn't swallowed
his
my drink
theme
yet.
song, just saying swoosh
Yes.
at the start.
No, shush, please.
Oh, shoosh. Yeah.
So they merged two storylines together, and they've made it work. Maxine has now joined Alpha Academy, and she was meant to be like your stereotypical female model character, where like I don't
Like
do any
going
hard
back
work.
to Diva Day.
Yeah,
Like going back
but
to Diva
Chad
days.
Gable's turned her into a wrestler. And she had her first in-ring debut last week where she defeated the Viking Raiders, and she really good in-ring action she did, and she pulled off some good moves. And so this week they had the graduation of Maxine Dupree from the Alpha Academy. And they're all in the ring with the little hats and the little diplomas, but then the Viking Raiders came in and attacked them.
Yep.
So that was fun. Sammy and KO did some stuff, but then it resulted in the main event that was Sammy, KO, and Seth versus Dominic Mysterio, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor from Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic match. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because I saw the clip of them running in because Judgment Day started attacking
Seth. Yeah, so
Seth
and Dom came out for a match about halfway through the show, and they would be like, "Oh, here's their match." And as Seth comes out, Damien and Finn start beating on Seth, then those two come out, and then they just schedule it for a 6-man triple threat. I think 6-man, whatever.
Was it
6-man
tag, or was it just...
6-man tag at the end. So a lot of fun. And then the only other things to really mention, Logan Paul was there tonight with Ricochet, and basically just confirming Logan's a heel now with Ricochet, and looks like they're gonna have a match soon. And Cody challenged Brock to a rubber match at SummerSlam. A rubber match is basically each opponent's won one match, and this is the final one.
Okay.
Don't know why they call it a rubber match.
I thought they were just going to be using protection that match.
I didn't know I had to Google it as well because I thought it sounded weird.
It's a weird...
I was really worried it was going to be something like a strap match. Strap matches are the worst stipulation of any matches ever. Is both opponents are strapped to each other. Like they have a strap on their hands and like a rope.
Like an old 50s knife fight.
Yeah, like
where both they tie their wrists together.
Yeah, but like not together. They're still separated by a bit of length.
But
they're just really boring.
Like, they're just
They're like it's just
it seems very limiting.
It is, and that's what's wrong with it. Their last strap match they had was Extreme Rules last year, and everyone hated it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All they can really do is grab the strap and start whipping them with the strap. So, yeah, but no, decent episode. I'm excited to see where everything goes this week. SummerSlam's looking like we're getting Cody, Brock, Seth, and Finn again. We're probably gonna get some tag team matches. I wonder who Sammy and KO are gonna fight.
I was gonna say because have they been like mostly unchallenged?
They don't have they've defeated a few people, but they don't have like a big feud. I guess they just had the biggest feud in WWE in a long time, so they're coming off that. So yeah, basically last title match they had was against a UK tag team called Pretty Deadly. When they were in the O2 the night before Money in the Bank. So yeah, it's great fun. Other than that, I've been watching old school clips, pay-per-views. I watched WrestleMania 21. It was the first WrestleMania Goes Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
Notable for the first Money in the Bank match ever.
Back when they had Money in the Bank at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So Edge won the first one ever. And yeah.
What year was that?
Yep. WrestleMania 21.
Yeah.
Take
WrestleMania 21.
Whatever it was this year, WrestleMania 40, 39. But yeah.
One of the WrestleManias from when we were kids.
Yeah.
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
You also notorious. The opening match was Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
which was a lot of
Was
fun.
that wasn't the Dom match.
That wasn't the ladder match for the custody of Dominic Mysterio. No. No, that came later. It was interesting because they were still a tag team at this point. They just had a match against each other.
Yeah.
And then we also had one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen. And I was shocked watching this, which was Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
This was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Um,
Ridiculously good.
And yeah, so many good things. Randy versus Undertaker.
Yep.
Yeah, young Randy Orton versus
Yeah.
Undertaker, and then
Well,
the
good
main
old
event.
babyface Randy.
Yeah, the main event was Triple H versus Batista.
I was
Oh,
gonna say Batista in there.
what a
yeah.
matchup.
Yeah, so
Goddamn.
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I'm gonna close off this segment, which I'm gonna change the
Longer than
title
5 minutes.
of instead of 5 minutes in the corner, because you reminded me that Chris's corner exists, so we don't want to have two
In the ring.
corners. So
In the
5
ring.
minutes in the ring, and the gimmick of 5 minutes in the ring, it's never just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's never gonna just
not
be
a strap
5
match.
minutes. Trust me, it's always gonna be longer than 5 minutes. But the segment is called 5 minutes in the ring. And thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode of MMT Millennial Movie Talk.
I
It's
started
been
watching The
episode
Sopranos again.
211. Sopranos.
Yeah, I've got the confidence to go back and watch it.
Wait,
Fuck
so
you,
you've picked
She-Hulk.
up from where you left off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Okay.
She-Hulk.
Fucking She-Hulk.
The Secret
Love it.
Invasion apparently still not good.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything of it.
New Always Sunny was really good.
Yeah,
Um,
Sunny. I assume if Chris is on next week, you guys will chat about it
I
then.
don't know. His corner's pretty empty this week.
Cool.
But the ring was full. We had a
The
Royal
ring
Rumble
was
in the
very
ring.
full.
So yeah. Other than that,
Oh,
well,
surely for the next like big event, we should just do a commentary track or something.
I watch them with someone. The next big one is SummerSlam. It's the second. It's one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. It marks the
Ooh.
halfway point of the WWE.
It's the party of the summer.
It's
Alright.
yeah, and that is 4 weeks from now, August 4th or 5th, in
Let me
Detroit.
look-
So everyone apply.
Let me look. August 4th or 5th.
So it's
That's a Friday or a Saturday.
no, then it's August 6th.
It'd
It'll
be a Sunday for
It's a
us.
Sunday.
They're
Okay.
normally
Oh,
Sunday
even
for
better.
us.
I'm normally free on a Sunday, so
Yeah, so
I might join
yeah.
if that's okay.
rest- Well, I do it with someone who lives in Brisbane. So we normally chat about PlayStation. So if we all just want to jump on PlayStation chat and watch it,
Yeah.
in our own
Works.
house, we can do that.
That sounds even better. I don't even have to leave my own home.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They
Anyway,
are
you
long,
don't need
though.
to hear us plan our meetings. Wait, how long?
They do go about 3.5 hours.
Perfect. Great. You can follow us on your podcast service of choice, and if you can, leave a review over there. We'd greatly appreciate it. You can subscribe over on YouTube, watch the videos, and catch our faces as we laugh at each other. You can like the video and leave a comment down there. You can catch it every week. And you can follow us on your social media of choice. Add Michael on Facebook. Michael, you on Threads?
No.
Oh, I gotta get on Threads, mate.
I've
guys on Threads?
I've jumped off all social media.
Oh, the dream. Oh man,
I
yeah.
deactivated Facebook,
Oh, I
Twitter,
wish.
Insta, TikTok, and Be Real.
Oh my god, you're a legend.
It's
How good do you feel?
Nah, it's shit. You know what's saving me at the moment? So it was like a rule: we can still keep Reddit, Discord, and YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts are saving me.
How's that algorithm treating you?
Not
Have
good.
you deleted this with James?
Yeah. I brought it up, and then I got a message 2 hours later after we watched the footy and went, "We should just do it." I went, "I guess so."
I would delete my Facebook in an instant if I didn't have to manage Greenlight Comics page as well.
Yeah,
It's
because
the
the good
only
thing
thing that
about
holds me to that
deactivating
stupid-
Facebook is that you can keep Messenger.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's good.
Thank you.
Anyway,
The only thing I use Facebook for is literally basketball news. So,
and I'm sure you can find another outlet for that.
Reddit.
nah, Reddit, but yeah.
Yeah. But Reddit's a mess as well at the moment. So
Thank you.
with all their API stuff. Thank you for joining us for this episode. And tune in next week. And as always,
I'm Alex.
I'm Brayden.
And I'm Michael.
And thank you.